Hello, my Kate Sazians. It's your girl, Kate Saz, the Oracle, back in the building with another banger. Okay. Tonight, this live was totally impromptu, so I would be surprised if anybody pulled up. But this is going to be a new series over here. Okay. And before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and hit that intro, and then we'll get into what is this live going to be about. Thank you for coming through, Jasmine Sky. This is going to be a live that you don't wanna miss. Thank you for pulling up. Let's go ahead and play that intro. Do my little T-Rex arms. Okay, guys, I know. So you see the title, it's very ominous. It says The Beginning Part 1. What am I talking about? Before we get into all of that, let's shout out the people that pulled up. It's kind of late. I don't know where you guys are. It's only like 8:37 where I am, but I am in pajamas, okay? These are pajamas, okay? But I was reading this book, right? And it's all in an effort to, what do I always say? What? Seek the truth, vibrate higher, and carpe diem. So the first thing, seeking the truth. What do I mean? Seeking the truth is, for me, it's like trying to unravel and being on the journey of unraveling our indoctrination. Asking questions. Where does this come from? What does this mean? Why is this? Why are we seeing this? Why are you being shown that? Why are we being taught that? Where does this all come from? And in an effort to figure out the answers to all of these things, I came across a civilization labeled as Tartaria, right? You may know about it, you may not, but this is not what this first live is about, okay? It's actually talking about the beginning of America and how it ties into the things that come out in my readings and stuff like that. And it's trying to help you make sense of maybe, like not only the things that come out in my readings, but like I said, the things that we see on TV, the things that we are shown, the importance of it, how it all intertwines, like I just want to help you zoom out so you can see and it can all make better sense going forward. So I want to start at the beginning, which is the beginning and the creation of America and kind of how that came to be. And through going through just this first page, you will see that, whoa, this really falls in line, or even the first to second page really kind of falls in line with the things that come out of my readings, the things that we see, the things that we are shown. Okay. And like I was reading this for my personal quest, right? And I said, don't be selfish. Let me set up a little quick live and let me put this information out there for whoever wants to join me on this journey, right? So that's how we got here. So before we delve into that course material real quick at the beginning, part 1, I can assure you this is going to be a very juicy journey. And thank you for joining me. Let me just shout out. Oh, so Jasmine says it's like 11:37 where she is. Stacy says it's 10:37 where she is. So guys, thank you again for pulling up, because once again, you could be anywhere, but you decided to pull up and share your time and your energy with me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for pulling up. I really appreciate it. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Everybody that pulled up. Jasmine Sky was first. I really appreciate it, guys. So let's start at the beginning, okay? First things first, if you want to join me on this journey and you want to get the same book I got, this is the book that I will be reading from, okay? Very interesting book. It actually has 2, okay? That's 1, and this is 2. These are found on Amazon, okay? So if you want to get those books, I don't gatekeep. That's the information. I don't try to come across like I know it all. I'm on a journey just like you guys, just trying to figure out what is the fucking truth. Okay, right? Perfect. Okay, so let's get into it. All right. First things first, let me go play. That's that. That's that autism. That's that spectrum coming out. Okay, anyways. First thing first, okay? Hold on. Where do I want to start? This first sentence. Hold on. Okay, so first we start off with the connection of the trilateral power of the New World Order, the founding of the Vatican, and the city of London and Washington, D.C. Okay? The United States is defined as a federal corporation under U.S. Code 3002, Section 15. The Virginia Company was turned into the United States during the non-occurring Revolutionary War by the Freemasonic founding fathers who were serving the Grand Lodge of England. The Virginia Company was issued by the British royal family from the City of London Corporation for North American settlements. Why is this important? That is the groundwork stating that we live in a corporation. It may be news to some, but I'm pretty sure if you're over here, that's not nothing new. But let's keep going, because again, I'm glad that you know that. I may not be teaching you something new, but let's keep going, because it's not that I really learned anything new in this first page, but it just kind of was put together to where it was like perfectly. And I just want to zoom out and just make it make sense for everyone. So we're on the same page going forward. When we cross information, you can process it a little bit better, right? Let's keep going. In 1213, King John surrendered the kingdom of England to the Holy See under the Golden Bull. Let's stop right there. What is the Holy See? Okay, so if you want to, let's go and Google it. I already did, right? So if you Google it, you will see that the Holy See, SEE, is the universal government of the Catholic Church and operates from Vatican City State, a sovereign independent territory. The Pope is the ruler of both the Vatican City State and the Holy See. Let's go a little bit further. The Holy See is the universal government of the Catholic Church and operates from the Vatican City State, a sovereign independent territory. The Pope is the ruler of both the Vatican City State and the Holy See. Do you understand that? The Holy See rules everything that you see. So when you're seeing the Pope, you're seeing the Catholic Church, you're seeing any of how religion is kind of intertwined into pop culture and stuff like that. This is why. Because they're paying homage to their leader. Not that this is nothing new that you knew that the Pope ran anything. It's just putting it into context about how it all came about. Okay? Let's keep going. And so also the Golden Bull. You may not know what that is. I also didn't know what that is as well. So let's look that up and Google that. The Golden Bull. We want to just make sure that we're seeking the truth and we understand what's going on in its full context, right? Let's see. Golden Bull and Holy See. Because if you type in Golden Bull, nothing comes up. So Golden Bull and Holy See. So the Golden Bull, 1356, was a document that was established for the rules for electing a Roman German king, an emperor in the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, why is this important? Because these are the people that run this country that you're living in. This is why this is important. So you can understand what you're a part of, what you're, you know what I mean? Whether voluntarily or involuntarily, right? You need to know what the beginnings are. Why is it set up this way? Why am I seeing this? Why is these structures important? Why is this look this way? It's all for this reason, okay? It limited the power of the Pope in the election process and was a key factor the political development. The Golden Bull was created by Emperor Charles IV to prevent wars over the election of a new king. Okay, you can Google that. So backing it up, it says in 1213, King John surrendered the kingdom of England to the Holy See under the Golden Bull. In 1215, under direct papal authority, King John issued the Magna Carta, which is Latin and stands for the Great Charter, and that established the 1 mile square block called the City of London Corporation as a sovereign entity from England and London. Understand that there's 3 ruling powers and they all look the same. There's financial, religion, military. So who rules military? DC. Who rules religion? The Pope, the Rome, Vatican. Financial, London. You get it? All 3 of these areas have obelisk and they have the dome, which is a Tartarian dome shaped building that kind of looks like the Capitol building or like the top of, you know what I mean? Like how the Capitol looks. All 3 of them have that. Okay. Back into the text. Let's see. So from there, where am I at? The Holy See used Latin for official documents, and the Vatican uses Latin as its official language. It's just telling you how this is all tied into everything, guys. Like, where all these beginnings started. Where does all of this start? The Novus Ordo Seclorum is Latin and translates to the New Order of Ages and is on the U.S. Great Seal and United States dollar bill. Why? Because it's pledging allegiance to who own us. Do you understand that? Like, guys, it's not, we're not in a democracy. We're not in a democracy at all. It's not, it's just only basically saying it's not what they want us to believe. This verbatim, you can look all of this up, fact check everything that I'm saying. Go get the book, fact check it on your own. Stop and write down everything that I'm telling you. It's all there. It's all true. It's all true. Let's keep going. So Washington, D.C. is located in both Virginia and Maryland. Okay. Nothing new, but try this on. That is Virgin Mary Land. Like, what? I never even looked at it like that per se, right? Virgin Mary Land. Like, I was like, wow, bro, it's literally been all in our face this whole time. DC was originally called Rome in 1669. So, guys, it's like they want us to believe like this was over there and this is over here. Everything happened. This was kind of like the epicenter. And they don't want to really put that importance on that. And it's not something that was taught. It's something that you have to kind of unlearn and teach yourself all of this, right? Because even though this is public record, it's not public knowledge and it's not something that's taught because they don't want it to be. Let's keep going. So that is Virgin Mary Land, period. DC was originally called Rome in 1669, which is stated in the Catholic Encyclopedia. DC is Roman architecture, aka Tartarian. And Capitol Hill is named after Capitoline Hill in Rome. The ancient Roman fasces symbol is all over federal buildings and federal seals. How do you explain that? The federal government is based on the Roman Republic, which is a fascist empire. Roman fasces, where the word fascist come from. They have bundled cannon rods and an axe for anyone who disagreed with Roman laws. The Colonna family, which is spelled Collonna, the Colonna family, ceremonially rule over Capitoline Hill, which represents political power in Rome's corporate empire, which means they also have a stake over here. Let's keep going. The column symbolizes, and it's kind of just breaking down like symbolism of like the wreath and the column, if you ever see that, and they try to tie it into like Roman, but it's like this is Rome. This is Rome. Like, let's keep going. Where did I leave off? Okay. Washington, D.C. is Roman architecture, aka Tartarian, and has the Roman, aka Tartarian, faces symbol all over U.S. federal buildings and U.S. seals. Fascism means a centralization of power. That's what fascism is, if you weren't clear. Capitol Hill is named after Capitoline Hill in Rome. Once again, the NWO, or the New World Order, however you want to put it, also rewrote history during the revision of history during the epic reset between the mid-1800s until the 1930s, when Horfenjugen David Rockefeller, that's his Horfjuden, I probably fucked that, I'm not German, but also just letting you know that there's just so many influences that aren't American, right? And it's like they're putting their best interest at heart. Who's looking out for the American people? Along with the Rothschilds, aka Red Shield, began the many stories of the Big Bang, evolution, and the history of religious myth and lore, lies. The beginning of all the lies that they teach in school. Who was responsible for all the books and like, guys, complete lies, a complete history. All right. The court Hofjuden were the Ashkenazi Jewish people who were conscripted by the Vatican to be allowed to make all the money and all the fame, as long as the Vatican, Jesuits, and the 13 satanic bloodlines would be provided with information and power. Listen up. The Vatican set up confessionals for the same purpose and runs a worldwide spy spook agency called The Entity. Wasn't it a movie like that? Was it? Am I not mistaken? I don't know. I feel like that was a movie. I feel like I seen it. Did I? I just feel like it was a movie. But anyways, listen up. This is where it gets important, right? Which owns and controls all major spy agencies, including the CIA, the NSA, MI6, Mossad, etc. Now, guys, if you're into any like under the surface politics, then these agencies come up all the time, and they come up in my readings. I don't have a card for the NSA. I don't have a card for MI6. I don't have a card for Mossad, but I know what they are, okay? Point blank, period. That's why it comes up in the readings. They're just not some spy agency, like it's more than that. And I've been trying to unfold that in the reading, and that's purposely why I put that card in the true crime deck, to let you know how when they come up, how it's true crime is just not true crime, somebody died. It's more to it than that. I'm trying to get you guys to see. So continuing, it says this is all part of their one world order, as stated in Latin on the back of US dollar bills. Welcome to death row, bitch. That's what we in. That's what the fuck we are in. We're in fucking death row. We're in fucking death row. We gotta laugh to keep from crying. We're in fucking death row. So to continue on, I'm just gonna read these first two pages, and then we can just go to the chat to discuss and dissect everything that came out in these first two pages. And then we'll kind of keep going from there in the book with like different part one, part two, and from there. But I don't want to make these too long, like too drawn out, right? Because I want people to digest the information, go research it, and kind of keep expanding upon it, right? Seeking the truth. How can I always say it if I'm not about it? But I'm personally always about it, but I wanted to just kind of bring you guys in on the journey. So anyways, it goes on to say the old world order were the benevolent Tartarians, which is spelled Tartaria, Tartaria, okay? One of their only primary directives was that what you take back from nature, you give back more. Their nature/nurtures were based on Isis, the moon goddess who created and provided for all. One can only conclude, given the extremely similar structures we see throughout the world, that all lived in common language and were all related in common thought, intention, and design. They all had healing centers for animals. They had passive relations with all life because they had advanced their consciousness to emanate love and benevolence to all. Their flag was a griffin, which was a real animal. The griffin is part human, part eagle, part lion, and part androgynous bull. It appears from their maps and legends that they also existed centaurs, flying turtles, and unicorns. So a lot of the stuff is just kind of unraveling to the stuff that we credence and proof of the things that they told us was fiction, and that it was this, it was that, the origins of where all of those things came from. Because like we never stopped to ask, where did it even come from? Right? I've been doing that. And I'm just like, bro, I just want to keep like going further and further and further, like this whole time of just trying to, part of this channel and doing it, like all of it. It's all part of it. Trying to unravel it, trying to find the origin, seeking the truth. I've been on this journey for a while. Let me keep going. So we can only surmise that the entire Tartarian people were destroyed when the NWO learned how to use the Tartary technology. What is that? The Tartary technology was really based on ether, and how if you look at different Tartarian structures and how they were built with spires on top, how they were basically feeding themselves with that. Like it was no food, was no sickness, live long lives from ether, which is what they kind of coined Nikola Tesla of, which I kind of feel through reading this that he might be fictional, which you might stop and think like, no, okay, I think he was real, but how the fuck would we know? How the fuck would we know? We'll get into that another day. But let's keep going. So how they use Tartary technology and use it to destroy the entire culture and erase their existence from modern history books of today. If you look carefully at the photos and the images in this book, you will see these massive buildings. That would mean there were hundreds of millions, maybe even tens of billions of Tartarians that were eliminated. Is that not scary to you? Is that not scary to you? On this journey about Tartaria and trying to figure out what this all is and trying to seek the truth, the Taj Mahal is a Tartarian building. Let me just tell you this. And I was like, what? Like, because, I'm just going off just what they told us. No, this Indian man created it for his wife. And my guys, it seems like that was a lie. The proof lies at the fact that when they built this building, if it was built for a regular human, man and woman, why would you build this with no bathrooms? Why would you build it with no bathrooms? It seems like, okay, no, hear me out. Why would you build it with no bathrooms? And then I think more than 100 years later, 50 to 100, you added bathrooms. Because at that time, humans found it, and said that they founded it, erected it, but it was already there, and created bathrooms, because the true owners of that building, the true creators of that building, didn't need bathrooms because they fed off energy, which seems crazy because we don't know any of that to be true. We can't look anywhere in our society and see that. Like, okay, where are you talking about? Maybe that would be succinct with like an alien, or you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like something you can grasp. So you just very much cling to the made up story of a man created that for his wife. Believe what you want to believe. So let's keep going. When the healing technology was used to destroy the Tartarians, we find millions of bones buried under cities and massive insane asylums where they likely imprisoned the adult Tartars after they had separated them from their children to be sold for slave labor and shipped them on foundling trains, or the orphan trains. Look that up. That had crematories and large graveyards on their sites. Perfect example. The catacombs in Paris. Where the fuck them bones come from? Now, they want to say, I don't know if you've seen it. Like, I've never put two eyes on it, right? But you've seen pictures, right? You've seen pictures. And they say the lie is that, I believe they said it came from like the bubonic plague, right? And I'm not like, I haven't freshly looked this up, but I'm just kind of pulling. But I could have sworn they said something like that, right? Right? And then if you just shift your perspective, those are Tartarians. And then they arranged it. They arranged it like they're showing off their kill. Because why are they arranged so beautifully? And your logical mind would think like, oh, they're just trying to show homage to the dead. And that's the good in us wanting to see the good in them. But it's no good, guys. It's a lie from the very beginning on how we even started. Do you see this? Do you see? And then before this is all linked to the Titanic and how they kept putting pieces and pieces together to enslave us all while they reap the benefits. Do you see? So it's like you have to go on your own journey for yourself to figure out what resonates with you. I never tell you guys to believe everything that I'm saying or anyone says. Like, go seek the truth for yourself. As a child, when I always was curious about something, I asked my mom. And I love that she said that because I think that started my curiosity. Go look it up for yourself. Go look it up for yourself. And I'm like, I used to get so mad, like, no, tell me. And she's like, no, if you truly want to know, go look it up for yourself. So I'm telling you the same thing. Go look it up for yourself. I showed you the books that I'm reading from. You want to follow along? Go ahead and purchase them on Amazon. I think they're like $40, around $40 each. But I feel like it's worth it. So let's keep going. Let me see. We're almost at the end of part 1 today. But did the once great Tartarians enjoy a one common language, as the Tower of Babylon suggests? Britain has over 44 dialects alone. So now, do we languish in our languages created by the NWO and Phoenicians? So that now our definitions are to deaf Phoenicians? And we babble on and on with all of the varying dialects, idioms, and Roman Latin etymologies. So it's just basically finishing off on page 3, like, really go back and question what they're saying. Where is all it, like all these little things that we've heard, and like, where did all of this shit come from? Like, it was just placed perfectly. It all, like, you know what I mean? A complete lie. They came up with a complete lie, told themselves, they said, oh, that sounds good. Let's print it on books. Like, guys, it's so crazy. Let's print it in books, teach the children, and they'll just keep telling the lies, handing it down like telephone. And then now we're getting to a point where their lies are starting to really apart because people are like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't fucking make sense. That doesn't fucking make sense. And a lot of us, I feel like the majority of people all around the world are just like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. And a lot of them are waking up. And it's like a lot of the attacks on us, I feel like, is them trying to gain what? Control through chaos, order through chaos, guys. So that was part one, the beginning. It's a lot to unpack here. It's a lot to start with for a foundation on you just your own personal, journey on seeking the truth. But guys, what do you think about what came out in those first couple of pages? How do you feel about that? What's up, Jasmine? Period. I'm glad I'm back too, I'm glad I'm back too. And then we can get back on our journey collectively on seeking the truth, vibrating higher, and seizing the moment, aka Carpe Diem, which is also Latin. Do you guys have anything to say about what came out in these first couple of pages? I was just like, wow. Because again, when I made the true crime deck, it's like, I'm like, why am I even being urged? You know what I mean? And why put it, I'm saying this, like, it all makes sense. It's all coming kind of full circle for me. Because it's just like, even when I get to those certain points in the truth, like, what the fuck does this guy have to do with blah, blah? This is why. Why does, you know what I mean? Why is that even? It's literally all connected. And that's actually one of the cards too. It's all connected. Like literally it's all fucking connected. It's literally all fucking connected. Let me see what else. Exactly. They've been lying to us the whole motherfucking time. I really encourage you guys to grab the book, $40 each. Again, yeah. I don't even have a link in my bio or anything like that. Like, this doesn't benefit me. It's for you. I'm just showing you what I personally did and was just like, listen, I don't gatekeep. I'm going to tell you guys what book I'm getting this information from. Because some people like to get stuff like this and then present it like, I'm telling you something new. Gather around the campfire. No, I want you to join in on this journey. Read for yourself. But if you just want to get it piece by piece from me, that's fine too. Because then we'll continue to keep doing this, part 2, part 3, and so on. But this is a very interesting book. But I didn't want to make it too long. So it's not like a lot of stuff to digest. But it's literally what? 21 chapters in this first book. And the pictures are kind of in black and white. So I'm unable, like I could show you, but it's kind of cumbersome. So I need you guys to get the book, truly. Because it's like I've been shown, like what's so crazy is I've been shown like all this stuff, but like now it's all in a book for me to digest, for it all to kind of, you know what I mean? Sometimes like I need to visually see it as well. And then outside of the internet, you know what I mean? Like I just wanted to hold it, you know what I mean? Touch it, like, you know what I mean? Read it from my own eyes. I feel like anybody that's on that journey of trying to undo your indoctrination, I think that these 2 books are pertinent in that journey. Let me see what you said. Let me put on my evening eyes. You said, I've heard about the society Tartaria. It's interesting because their structure all still stands hundreds of years later. Exactly. A lot of their structures. They demolished a lot of it. Let me tell you a thing that I fucking did not know. Guys, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, okay? A lot of shit went down where the fuck I'm from. Like, I've driven all over St. Louis my whole fucking life. And Yeah, a lot of shit don't make sense. I mean, a lot of it, and it's a lot of old parts of St. Louis. Um, but it was one of these energy centers. So remember when they did world fairs? Have you ever shifted your perspective that not only is just the title of just the rabbit hole of world fairs interesting, but what if there weren't actually like world fairs? Like the title of it is a lie. It's more like those were cities, Tartarian cities. It was no fair. These were just Tartarian cities. And if you ever seen the movie Meet Me in St. Louis with Judy Garland, I encourage you to watch it. Encourage you to watch it. There's a lot of in it. Um, it's just fucking wild. Like, cause I was like, damn, cause like you just growing up in St. Louis, they talk about it all the time. I've been in the park as a child, Forest Park. That's where when you look at the St. Louis World Fair was held there. I've been to Forest Park countless fucking times throughout my life. And it's like you go back and you still see structures from there, water basins from there, from Tartaria, from the city, from the original city. It's so crazy. It's literally so fucking crazy. The other day I went on a whole rabbit hole about like St. Louis and everything, like the name and the king, like all of it. Like it's so fucking. It actually brought me to tears. It actually brought me to tears because then there was a race war too. It was a lot of people that was killed just for being like, guys. I encourage you to go on a journey really to like unpack the world around you and this country we call America. Okay? So I hope that you guys were inspired. Thank you for joining the live. Here's the book once again. If you need to see that, if you're just joining, also rewind the live and pause it. It's right on Amazon. As soon as you type in one, you're going to see this one. So I encourage you to get both, okay? I encourage you to get both, all right? And of course, if you can't afford both, that's fine. Just start off with the pink one. And we're going to be starting with that over here on the channel. If you can't afford it, we'll still just kind of keep going with information in there. It's just that it's best for you to get it because there's pictures in here that's really like black and white in the book, but it's not necessarily feasible for me to like show you just holding it up, right? And I'm still like on the free version of this because like they went up on this streaming platform. So it's not like I can find the picture and then like, how you used to insert it and, on the screen. Yeah. We're not there yet. Cause I still don't know. I don't want to pay no $80 some a month. I really don't. When it was used to be like 20 something, 30 something. Right? Anyways. So guys, thank you for joining live. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something. I hope you were inspired. Like I always say, seek the truth, vibrate higher, and carpe diem until the next time. Bitch, we out. Guys, once again, thank you for joining the live. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to be here. So I really appreciate your energy and your presence. Have a good night. Catch me in part 2, whenever that would be. It'll probably be like late, you know what I'm saying? Like more like a later night thing that we'll probably do, or just whenever I'm called. But I'm going to continue to keep reading. And then whatever I'm learning, I'm going to go back and pick up from where I left off on part 2. All right, guys. Have a good week. Be kind to each other. Inspire somebody to be great. Make better decisions, right? All of that good shit. Until the next time, I'm out.